Hello, Facebook. How's it going? Happy day. It's a beautiful day here in Corvallis, Oregon. I am thrilled to be coming to you this lovely Friday afternoon. It's super good to see y'all. I am so happy to be live here with all y'all. I can't figure out how to share the fact that I'm live, but I'm going to figure it out. While y'all come on, I'm just gonna like play a little hold music or something. I don't know. I wish I could play hold music. Honestly, I think that would be really cool. Hello, James Thomas Kelly. How are you today? It's nice to see you on my Facebook Live. I am super excited to be, hi, Jim Kelly. It's nice to see you. I'm super happy to be coming to you live. So I'm going to share this on my page and then wait for some more people to join us to get down to business. If you're here, tell me you're here. Otherwise, I have no idea that you're here, and I'd really love to know that you're here to see me. Hey, I am live right now. Yeah. So, welcome to F Shit Up Friday. I'm super thrilled that you're here. And I was just looking into renting campers, Jim Kelly, for our camping excursion at the end of the month. It's exciting. So I wanted to come to you live today to talk to you a little bit about why I started my business. And one of the things that I think every single person should have knowledge of as we are entering into the yes, James Kelly, rock on. As we are entering into the coming up 2020 election, because it's not that far away, y'all. So I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about why I started my business. And hello, Mary Warren. I'm so happy to see you today. Why I started my business and something that I think is really critically important to everybody who is a part of the Bird Girl Industries and the Word of the Bird. So the reason I started my business, I started my business for many reasons, but one of them was that I was watching people, no matter what side of the aisle you are on, I was watching people after the 2016 election really stressed out about how they could take action and what they could do about it. And so sort of watching all of these people sort of flit about and not know what to do and needing a sense of direction and feeling, women in particular, feeling really helpless about how they could engage in conversation that was meaningful and productive. And so that's really why I created Bird Girl Industries. And for any of you who've read my blog, you know that one of the reasons that I have been doing this work is to really consistently and constantly give you tools and actions that you can engage in order to make a difference in the community. And part of my lesson from the 2016 election happened all on Twitter. So I was really active on Twitter, really involved on Twitter, and really engaged in Twitter and taking action using Twitter as one of my platforms during the election. And so one of the things that I'm watching happen on Twitter again is I am watching people attack Nancy Pelosi in a way, almost using the same language in the same way that they attacked Hillary Clinton. And for any of you who are just new to the Word of the Bird, who have just recently joined me, you may know that she was the woman that I loved for president. And so I worked really hard on her campaign with Veterans for Hillary and was really involved in her campaign. But that's beside the point. The point is that I am watching almost the same exact language come out of people, especially the bros, attacking Nancy Pelosi in a way that almost the exact language that they used on Hillary Clinton, which leads me to believe that this is not just about Nancy Pelosi, but it's about misogyny, it's about sexism, it's about mean cruelty towards women. And I really wanted to sort of take a little bit of time to peel back the layers of that and look at what that really means as we are entering into the 2020 election. And I wanted to educate y'all about what impeachment really means. So I've seen lots of people. You love her as well. Yes, she's so delicious, isn't she, Mary? And for those of you that are on here with me, make sure that you comment in the comments, because otherwise I have no idea who you are, what you're doing, or that you're here. So, so make sure you say something to me in the comments so that I know that you're here. So I really, hi, Krista. I really want you all to understand what impeachment is and how it works, because, and I know you're like, oh God, Missy, do we have to talk about politics? Yes, we actually have to talk about politics for a minute, because this is the attack on women that I have been trying to help you understand and be clear about in all of my work. This is why I do my work. It's not just to talk about boring politics in a way that gets people riled up, but it's actually about helping you understand these processes so that even if you don't want to be involved in politics, you can still talk about these issues as issues that directly impact women. So, so impeachment, and I'm going to link this article because it was a really great article from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and I'm going to link it here in the notes, but I'm going to, in the comments, but I'm going to actually read you a little bit of this information because I think it's so critically important. So impeachment is a process that was created when they wrote the Constitution back in the Dizzle to accuse the president of a crime and to hold a trial if it's determined that the president is guilty of that crime. So we throw, hey, Dana, how are you? So I know you love talking politics, Krista. That's why we're still friends after like 30 years. Hello, Bree. Hello, Melanie. So impeachment is a process to help us determine if a president has committed a crime. And there's two actions specifically the Constitution says are a crime. One is treason and one is bribery that lead to impeachment. Okay. Now, if any of you have been following, Rant Media does a great weekly rundown of what this president has done by week since he became the president of the United States. So if you have any interest in understanding exactly the actions that have been taken by the White House since the president became the president, I highly recommend that you go to Rant, R-A-N-T-T Media, and look at their weekly rundown of what's happened in the presidency. So it's the only place, media company, that has actually done a rundown of everything that man has done since he became the president of the United States. So good. So good. So, Dana, I love that you're yelling at Melanie. Okay. So, hey, so this system allows for a broader category to accuse the president of a crime, but the category is more vague, right? So let me get down to the nitty-gritty of what this has to do with Nancy Pelosi and why I am starting to freak out about what they are doing to Nancy Pelosi in the mainstream media and on Twitter and Facebook as attacks, because it is so resonant of the words that were used against Hillary Clinton that I really need you all to be super, super clear that as women and as people who are looking to engage in their natural born rebel, to engage in actions in your community, you need to be very clear on what this looks like for y'all. So it's not easy to get rid of a president. This is like the first thing I really need everybody to understand. This is not, oh, you're excited to see her because she's at Netroots. She is at Network. It's true. It's true. It's true. So it's not easy to get rid of a president. There are steps that you have to take. And guess what? Nancy Pelosi can't do all the steps. So this incessant attacking of Nancy Pelosi is not going to get the president impeached. And in fact, it probably will keep him in another 4 years if we keep going down this road. So we need to refocus our energy on what is actually legitimately happening here, so that we can focus our energy on what's really important. And what's really, really important here is getting the Senate into the hands, not of Mitch McConnell's hands, because Mitch McConnell is the gatekeeper for keeping Donald Trump as the president. And so if you don't want Donald Trump to be the president of the United States of America, you can't just be supporting one of the Democrats that's running for president. You have to focus on getting rid of Mitch McConnell. This is the key to everything. It's not about getting Dana, no, it can't. This is not about getting, sorry, Dana, you totally threw me off. This is not about getting the president out of the presidency and impeaching the president. This is about getting at Mitch McConnell. You cannot impeach the president of the United States without the Senate. So Nancy Pelosi has stated many times that she would like to begin impeachment proceedings because an impeachment resolution has to be introduced by a member of the House of Representatives. Great. The Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, then has to direct a committee on the judiciary or a special committee to hold a hearing on that resolution to decide whether to put the measure to a vote by the entire House of Representatives. So a simple majority, half plus one of the judiciary has to approve the resolution. Half plus one. So half of the judiciary plus one person has to approve the resolution. And if they approve it, then it goes to the vote to the House. Great, fabulous, awesome. We know that Nancy Pelosi will do that. We know that because there's a majority Democrats in office that the Democrats will vote. We know all of those things are going to happen. Nifty, fantastic. Here's the problem. The impeachment can totally happen through the House of Representatives. Yes, that's totally true. Nancy Pelosi could do that. We could all move on. Everything will be handy dandy, super peachy, except for this one problem. The procedure that moves to the Senate for the trial is held. Now, if any of you are paying attention to any of this at all, you are going to recognize that Mitch McConnell is the president of the Senate. He's in charge. He's super fancy. He's in charge. Mitch McConnell is the head of the Senate. He will determine if there is a trial against the sitting president of the United States of America. Guess what's not going to happen? It's not going to go to a trial because Mitch McConnell is part of the reason that Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. So all of these horrible, terrible attacks by both men and women yelling at Nancy Pelosi, saying that she needs to get off of her ass because she's not doing anything, are ridiculous. We are distracted again, just like we were in 2016. This is intentional and willful treasonous action by Russia to infiltrate our thinking so that we start attacking the wrong person. All y'all who believe that Hillary Clinton was no better than Donald Trump, you are falling right into it again with Nancy Pelosi. It's bullshit. Hi, Tiffany. Once the Senate determines whether or not there will be a trial, the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court presides over the trial. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is not going to impeach the current sitting president of the United States of America. Y'all, focus. This is not about Nancy Pelosi. Once again, we are letting misogyny reign supreme against the most powerful woman in the country. The most powerful woman in the country is Nancy Pelosi. Mitch McConnell does not want to have anything to do with Nancy Pelosi. We are not going to impeach this president as long as Mitch McConnell is the head of the Senate. He's like third away from the seat. Y'all, we are not going to impeach the president of the United States by attacking Nancy Pelosi. It's just not going to happen because the presiding judge, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, holds the trial. He's not going to let that happen. No. Listen to what you are saying. Listen to what you are parroting. Listen to what is influencing your thinking around impeachment of this president. I am telling you right now that we are distracted because we are letting this infiltrate our knowledge of how the actual system works. The system is set out in a certain way so that the Senate has to listen to the evidence presenting, including closing arguments from each side, and retire to deliberate. The senators then reconvene and vote on whether the president is guilty or not guilty of the crimes that he is accused of. And it takes 2/3 of the Senate to convict. Who is the majority in the Senate? They are the president's friends. Thank you, Krista. I love your passion too. I'm getting squeaky because I cannot stand what we are doing to Nancy Pelosi. It's exactly what we did to Hillary Clinton. And it's why we're even having a conversation about impeaching the president of the United States of America. We are distracted as a nation. And guess what it's going to get us? 8 more years of Donald Trump. And yes, I said 8. Because he has already said that he will not be there for another 4. That he will sit there as long as he damn well pleases. Which means we have got to start having in conversation. I know, Dana, I want impeachment too. But we cannot impeach this president without the Senate. We can't. There is no way on God's green earth that he will be found guilty by the Senate right now. We are distracted on purpose. Russia is fucking so good at this. They're like, oh, no. Let's just see if we can get all of these men to start attacking the most powerful woman in the United States of America. Men and women, by the way, because women are just feeding right into the Mean Girls thing. They're just feeding right into it. Nancy Pelosi has never been so attacked ever in her life. She has passed bill after bill after bill onto the Senate, and the Senate is just stopping them. Mitch McConnell is flipping the bird to the House of Representatives and saying no. We have got to be, I don't care if you like politics or not. We have got to be knowledgeable about the process, especially as women. It is imperative to understand this process so that we stop attacking Nancy Pelosi, whether you like her or not, I don't care. It's a distraction from the atrocities that are happening in this nation. Yes, our president is committing treason. Yes, our president is committing human rights violations, the likes of which we have never seen. Yes, this is horrible. Yes, this is destructive to our country. But guess what's worse? The fact that we don't even know how impeachment works, so we're yelling at the wrong person. Where are the attacks on Mitch McConnell? Where? Because nowhere am I seeing the lever of vitriol towards Mitch McConnell that I am seeing towards Nancy Pelosi. You're going to get dragged for this. Is Lights for Liberty what you consider? I don't know what Lights for Liberty is, Dana. I'm not dragging you for anything. I don't drag people on my page, and you know that. I don't know where Lights for Liberty is. I have no idea. The distraction comes in attacking the Speaker of the House of Representatives for a process that the United States, the people of the United States do not understand. And that is why I am explaining it in a step-by-step process. The distraction is in calling Nancy Pelosi names and saying she must be removed because she's ineffective, when actually it's Mitch McConnell who is stopping the entire process of legislative carrying on in the House and the Senate right now. The distraction, nobody drags anybody on my page, Dana. That's not how this works. I don't welcome that on my page. Ever. Never. I delete that shit. That's not okay. Senators reconvene and vote on whether a president is guilty or not guilty of the crimes that they have been accused of. It takes 2/3 of the Senate to convict. Then if he's found guilty, he's removed from office. This is not going to happen in the Senate. We have only held impeachment trials twice in this country. 2 times. One was for President Andrew Johnson in 1868 because he fired the Secretary of War, which went against a tenure act. And then the next one was in 1999, where the Senate did not convict President Clinton of perjury and obstruction of justice. He was not convicted. The House tried to impeach him, and the Senate did not vote for his impeachment. Lights for Liberty is a worldwide vigil going on tonight. Awesome. I'm not saying that's a distraction. Of course we need vigils. Of course we need protest. Of course we need each people taking the action that they feel is most relevant to speaking out. That is not my point. No, a vigil is not a distraction. The things that are happening on Twitter where Russia and other insurgents are willfully shifting the language so that people are attacking the Speaker of the House for not doing enough when she is looking strategically at the entirety of what is happening. Hey, Matt Irish, where she is looking at the strategy around the reality of the situation, where people are calling her names and engaging in sexist, racist bullshit, saying that now that she's not a friend of women of color is a distraction to keep women divided, to keep us talking about the wrong fucking thing. We need to be attacking Mitch McConnell with the same vitriol and the same passion and the same urgency that we are attacking Nancy Pelosi. And I quite simply am not seeing that happen anywhere. Not in mainstream media, not on Twitter, not on Facebook, and not on the blogs. Anywhere you go. Of course yes, Krista, of course they're attacking Nancy because she's female. It's so easy. If you could superimpose the attacks against Hillary Clinton against Nancy Pelosi, and you can tell that it's just bots who are generating the language. And now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's an enemy of women of color. That is exactly what happened in the 2016 election to divide women. And we're just falling all over ourselves to fall right fucking into it again. We have to stop. You have to read how this process works in that link that I put in these comments. This is ridiculous. We cannot continue to be distracted by these people who are infiltrating our democracy and focusing on just ripping people to shreds, women to shreds. I cannot anymore. I'm pounding my wrist and my fist and I'm mad. We must carry on as a nation and understand how impeachment actually works. And if you don't understand that it is Mitch McConnell and the Senate that makes these decisions, then you are willfully denying what is happening in this country. The only way to save this democracy and get that tyrant out of fucking office is to stop attacking women, because we are not the goddamn problem. We are the solution. And we cannot continue to be mouthpieces for Russia. It's bullshit. I better tell my VA to get this off of Facebook and onto my YouTube channel really fast, because I have a feeling it's going to get pulled really quick. I just totally thought of that. Okay, so I am so mad. I didn't realize I was going to get this passionate about this, but I'm just pissed. So no, Dana, to answer your question, Lights for Liberty is not a distraction. The distraction is in the attacking of Nancy Pelosi. So if the vigil is to talk about how we're going to get rid of Mitch McConnell and his cronies, and how we are going to focus on getting people elected to office that can actually have the power to stop this shit, then hell yeah, I'm all for it. But I am not. Yes, Matt, the infighting will indeed destroy the cause. We cannot continue to act this way towards women. We absolutely cannot. And women have got to stop destroying other women. We have to. We must. We cannot carry on like this anymore. 2 presidents in the history of this country have been impeached. Have been brought for impeachment. I'm sorry. Both, and the House impeached Andrew Jackson and Bill Clinton, and they were both acquitted of their crimes. They were not fully impeached by the Senate. This is what nobody understands. The Senate has to impeach the president. The House brings the impeachment to the Senate. The Senate holds the trial. The trial is conducted by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. The current sitting Chief Justice of this court is not going to impeach this president. So here is my call to action for all y'all today. I want you to share my Facebook Live with all your friends. And when you share it, I want you to type above it. Don't just share it. I want you to share this, and I want you to say why you think it is important that we actually understand these proceedings. Because this is not about the other two presidents that we have brought for impeachment. This is about the fact that we have a dictator sitting in the Oval Office who will not be impeached by this Senate and this judiciary. And we are attacking the wrong person because she is a woman. Point blank. End of subject. The only reason we are attacking Nancy Pelosi is because she is a woman. And she's the most powerful woman in the United States of America right now. And we don't like powerful women in this country. So my call to action for you is to really take that link out of these comments, share it on your pages, inform people why it's important for them to understand what impeachment is and what it does, because the exact same verbiage is being used again. And we fell for it once as a nation, and I pray to God we do not fall for it again. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.